Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to go through my top 5 favourite metal albums of February. And I haven't properly ranked them, like given them a proper score like I would with, my end of year top 20 albums of the year list. But I've just, gonna just talk about them, tell you my top 5, no order, of course. Just tell you, some of the things I love about them, maybe why you should check them out, because there was quite a few bangers in February, some really cool albums were released. So let's just jump in, and I'll take you through my fave albums of Feb. Alright, now as I said, we are not going in any particular order, but I want to start with Carpe Diem by Saxon. This was released in the beginning of February, and obviously if you're familiar with Saxon, they're like awesome heavy metal. Favorite thing about this album, honestly, like, it's so crisp and it sounds so awesome, and I think that's actually how I got into the album or got onto it in the first place, because I saw somewhere that Andy Sneap was the producer. He produced it, mixed it, mastered it, and recorded the guitars apparently. So that's why it sounds so good, because Andy Sneap is amazing. And honestly, it's just this really hard hitting, like, solid heavy metal tone, really catchy songs. If I had to pick my favorite song, it probably would be the title track, Carpe Diem, Seize the Day. That's a great song too. But Dam Busters is another great song too. Yeah, it's a fun, solid album with, great catchy riffs. So yeah, that is the first one. That is a really good record. So if you haven't heard that one yet, and especially if you're a big lover of traditional heavy metal, definitely go check that one out, because production is amazing on it. Okay, next up we have Abyss Rising by Nightrage. Now these guys are a melodic death metal band from, I think it's Greece? Yeah, Greece. And I think this was released a bit later in February. Yeah, kind of middle, 18th of Feb it was released. But these guys have a long history, like they've been around for quite a while. If you haven't heard of them, you probably would have heard some of their bigger tracks, but another solid album from them. Let me have a look at I don't know, I'm not sure about the mixing on this one, but overall it's another solid release from Nightrage. There's, I would say, like, yeah, it's quite melodic, but it also has a few songs that are very kind of intense and thrashy. I personally prefer when Nightrage are more the aggressive kind of route, but they also work in a lot of melodic stuff quite well. I personally would just prefer if they did a bit more aggressive songs or a bit more thrash. But as I said, the whole album is pretty good. Like, there's not really any bad songs from memory. Favorite song probably would be False Gods or Pest-Ridden Tide. Cursed by the Gift of Sight and Dance of Cerberus is a good song, and also the title track. Yeah, it's just a good. So if you like good cohesive melodic death metal, definitely go check that one out by Nightrage. Okay, moving on to the next one, and we have Recollections of the Insane by Schizophrenia. This is a awesome, hard-hitting death thrash death metal album released on February 15th, and as I said, it's a hard-hitting, awesome album. These guys are Belgium, they are from. Yeah, really well put together album. Honestly, like, I wouldn't say I'm biased, but like death thrash or thrash death is kind of like one of my favourite genres, and so it's good when you get, because there's not that many bands or many albums that get released that are like really good in this genre. So it's great when one comes out that is awesome like this. Yeah, it's just a really hard-hitting, aggressive, thrashy death album, and if you like that kind of stuff, then you'll eat this up. Favorite track? I don't know. Fall of the Damned, maybe, or Monolith. They're all pretty solid tracks. But yeah, that's another great one. Go check that out for sure. Okay, number 4, we have When All the Rivers Are Silent by Diablo. And this is, I would almost say, a hidden gem. No, the next one too is probably a bit of a hidden gem, but I feel like these guys aren't as popular or as mainstream as they I guess mainstream's not necessarily a good thing, but they aren't as well known as they should be, I think. And I think their last album was a long time ago. They're kind of like a melodic death groove metal band. Let me have a look when their last album came out. It was a long time ago. Oh no, it's only 2015, so it wasn't that long ago. Oh well, that's a bit subjective. What is that, like 7 years? It's quite a while. I do remember finding their 2008 album Icaros a while back, and I've loved that one. And then I saw that they had this one coming out, and so I decided to check it out. And it's, yeah, as I said, it's a really nicely well hidden gem. Yeah, they do some really cool things on the album. I'd say the overall atmosphere of the album is just really pleasant to listen to. The soundscape's really well. It's produced, like the sound, it's done quite well. Who was the? Let me have a look. Jens Bogren was the mixing and mastering on this album. But yeah, they use like use of it's quite a melodic album, but they also have tracks that do kind of pump it quite a lot. Like Parathon is a sick, heavy song, and I love that. But also like Jack of All Mistakes, Unholer, Grace Under Pressure, The Extinctionist, really kind of awesome melodic ideas that still have quite a lot of groove in them. But yeah, and the album art is real cool too. I love that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, we just want to try something different, definitely go check this one out, because as I said, it's a bit of a hidden gem. Haven't seen many people talking about it, but it's a great one to listen to, and that's why it is one of my fave of February. Okay, now moving on to the last album of February that has been my favourite, or one of the ones I've loved, and this is Aeon by Tragedy of Mine. Now this is it was released on Out of Line Music, but I haven't really ever heard of them before this album. I think this is their second full length, and they're a German band, kind of melodic death metal / metalcore. I wouldn't really call them metalcore. It's what Metal Archives puts them as. I mean, there's some, I guess, core-ish elements, but I'd say melodic death metal. But it's quite a well put together album. It's heavy, it's catchy, and their use of melody is really intertwined quite well. So yeah, favorite track, it would definitely have to be Sacrifice, I think, purely just because of this one riff, like halfway through the song. It's just like, yeah, it's just an awesome riff. Definitely check this one out if you want to find a hidden gem in the kind of melodic death genre, or you just want to find something new to listen to that you probably haven't heard of. Definitely check these guys out. You will not be disappointed. So yeah, that is my top 5 fave metal albums of February. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of this video, found a new band, or maybe you found all 5 albums that you didn't even see last month. So yeah, go check them out. And until the next video, which will probably be a reaction, stay metal, and I should probably also plug the channel, so like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully I will do more of this kind of stuff too, not just reactions, but let me know what kind of content you want to see, and till the next one, have a good